Hello guys and welcome to CONMEBOL Qualifiers for the World Cup last match day, and we have still one ticket left to Qatar, Peru, Colombia or Chile to play in the playoff. We are going to analyze all the games, of course, with Leo Bachanian and with you. Let me know what you think in the comment section and don't forget to press the like and subscribe. Let's go on now with the show. Last match day, Leo, in this CONMEBOL qualifiers, we have 4 direct qualified to Qatar and we have 1 spot left. How are you, Leo?
How are you, Edu? Yes, we coming to an end. Unbelievable, no? After after 17 months of this CONMEBOL qualifiers, it has been a very hectic road to Qatar, a journey that started in October 2020. In the middle, we had another Copa America because that is what we do in South America. When we are a little bit bored, what we do, we play a Copa America.
Exactly.
Yes, but don't take me wrong. It is not a complaint. I'm very happy that for that, because has given me at least the opportunity to finally see Lionel Messi lifting a major trophy. But jokes aside, the amount of games that CONMEBOL national teams have been playing, I believe, had an impact on the level of play we have seen. But let's see, do we still get tension and uncertainty until the end? Yes, I believe, as usual. Just remember the road to Russia when Argentina needed the win in the last match in Quito, or the Pact of Lima, where Peru and Colombia got the point they both needed and left Chile behind. Look at us right now, previewing what is going to be a nerve-wracking last round of fixtures. Do I believe the South American qualifiers are the toughest?
Yeah.
Yes, for me, definitely. Do I believe we could have seen better football? Also, yes. When it comes to our shows, I have to say it's been difficult sometimes to predict things, and my ACCA return have been crazy, to say the least. But well, let's get started with this round of 18. So yes, Bolivia and Brazil, I believe, is the first one. It's in Italy in La Paz.
Indeed, remember that the previous match day we had 5 home victories, but starting with the first game, you are right, in La Paz, Bolivia, Brazil. Probably this is tend to be a 2, of course, an away victory, 1.57 if we trust Brazil. We know, Leo, that Brazil, they've been perfect playing at home. Remember the last game, 4-0 in Maracanã against Chile, with Vinicius scoring the first goal with the Verde Amarela. But La Paz is always tough. For instance, at home, Bolivia, 4 victories, 3 defeats in this road to Qatar.
Exactly, and to be honest, if I need to give a title to this match in terms of what I expect, I would expect goals, definitely. Because as you said, Bolivia played 8 games in the altitude of La Paz, 4 wins, 3 defeats and 1 draw. They scored 17 times and conceded 10. And they collected some historic wins, like the 4-0 against Paraguay or the 3-0 against Uruguay. Their defeats have always been also marginally. 2-3 with Ecuador, 1-2 with Argentina, or the last one, 2-3 against Chile. So at 3,600 meters, they are always up for the battle. When you go to the head-to-head against Brazil, they have shown that they could also compete or give some headaches to the Verde Amarela. On the road to Russia 2018 and Germany 2006, they registered a draw. And on the road to the World Cup in South Korea and Japan, and on the road to South Africa, they even got the 3 points with a 3-1 and a 2-1 respectively. Thursday night in Barranquilla was again another opportunity to see the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personalities of Bolivia. 1 in La Paz, 1 away. For Bolivia, the cruel reality is that if they would have turned 2 of those narrow defeats at home into wins, then they would have now been in a playoff position. And for Brazil, yes, against Chile, to be honest, Edu, I think they played and they really looked like candidates to lift the 6th World Cup in their history. Anthony and Vinicius, unstoppable on the wings. Thiago Silva and Casemiro were dominant in defense and midfield. Lucas Paquetá showing again that he's an outstanding creative midfielder. Neymar is definitely happier with the national team than with PSG. Coutinho keeps showing glimpses of the player he used to be. Richarlison did what he's lately not been able to do in the Premier League, which is basically scoring. and Tite even have time to handle Martinelli his debut. So yes, no doubt, Brazil being the favorite even while playing in La Paz. Goals over 2.5 is at 1.85, which always closer to 2 sounds good. Yeah. We spoke of Bolivia's record at home in terms of goals, so both teams to score has odds of 2, and Brazil to score in both halves that leave us with odds at 2.5.
For sure, Tite's men will be one of the favorites in Qatar. Leo, you are absolutely right. Nothing to play for in this Bolivia-Brazil. The next one is important, Chile-Uruguay, yes, because La Roja still they have some options to go to the playoffs. You will explain me later, Leo. We expected that they were thrashed in the Maracanã 4-0. But when they are playing at home, also they've been far from being good in Santiago. They lost to Ecuador. They also lost to Argentina in Chile, in the north of Chile, not in Santiago. And talking about Uruguay, for sure they will be relaxed. They will be happy. It wasn't easy for them. Even they had to sack Tavares, but with Diego Alonso, they got their ticket to the World Cup.
Exactly. 9 out of 9 points with Diego Alonso. And actually, who remembers now that before facing Paraguay in Diego Alonso's actually first match in charge after replacing El Maestro Tavares, Uruguay was on a run of 4 straight defeats, conceding 11 times and scoring only twice. Who remembers, but more importantly, who really cares now that they qualify for the World Cup? And after the win against Paraguay, Venezuela and Peru, the Uruguayan team climbed from 7th place to 3rd in standings, which gave them direct qualification, and for the first time with 1 match to spare. Since 2014 that Uruguay couldn't get 3 victories in a row. So we can see what a turnaround with Diego Alonso. It is not impossible, or it is impossible not to think, to be honest, about Diego Godin, Luis Suarez and Edinson Cavani, these last 2, and in that order, the top scorers in La Celeste's history, having the farewell of their careers with the national team. I have no idea what the future in Qatar holds for Uruguay, but it is going to be emotional with for these players, that's for sure. I am ready to cry at least. It was a tense last night in a packed Estadio Centenario. Peru started better than Uruguay. Sergio Rochet made 2 good saves in the opening 15 minutes for Uruguay. But however, far from getting carried away because of a poor start, Uruguay began to build better from the back, and when the ball began to pass through the feet of Fede Valverde, Bentancur, and especially Facundo Pelestri, everything became a little bit brighter. And in the second half, it was just a matter of taking care of the result. And although there was a scare at the end when Sergio Rochet caught a ball on the same line of the goal, the presence in Qatar never seemed to be in doubt. And for Chile, the miracle they were searching for didn't even come close to materialize in the Maracanã. The penalty that Mauricio Isla gave before the break was a knockout for Lasarte's team. We will have to wait, but it seems that was the last dance maybe for Bravo, Vidal and Alexis. Let's see now. They need help from Venezuela and from Paraguay, Edu. If Peru and Colombia do not win and Chile gets the 3 points, then the playoff spot will be for La Roja, because they have at the moment equal goal difference than Peru. And if Colombia cannot win against Venezuela and Chile wins, because they need to do their homework, yes, they will get above those 2 teams, but they will need massive help from Paraguay and from Venezuela. In regard to the head-to-head with Peru, with Uruguay, at home, in the last 7 meetings, Chile have won 4 times. There have been 2 draws, and Uruguay have won 1 time. Within those encounters, the goal difference is 10-4 in favor of Chile. Away from home, this campaign, Uruguay registered only 2 wins, Colombia and Paraguay. So basically, the 17 points they collected at home is what made the difference for them. So, because of the possible hangover for Uruguay, because qualification is secure, and mostly because of Chile's pride in the name of Alexis and Vidal. I believe in La Rojas to win, which has odds of 2.25. Chile needs to win, but cannot allow an open game. So I will look into goals under 2.5, which has odds of 1.80. I'm sorry, 1.80 goals under 2.5, and same for Chile to score first, odds of 1.80.
All right, a lot of tension in Chile, low scoring game probably in this Chile-Uruguay. More relaxed is going to be the game between Ecuador and Argentina. Probably, Leo, they will celebrate. It will be a party in Ecuador. Well deserved, because they are in the World Cup, a very young team, playing really well at home in this qualification. 5 victories and only 1 defeat when they were playing at home. But I guess also Argentina want to continue their unbeaten run, Leo, and could be Leo Messi, no? Last game in a qualification stage in South America.
Yeah, that for sure. And actually, something we discussed last show, he was asked after the match against Venezuela if that was his last match in Argentinian soil. Actually, Di Maria said the same. Yes, this was my last match in Argentinian soil with the national team t-shirt. And the same question was put to Messi, and he couldn't say yes or no. He said we need to wait after Qatar. So basically, he's going to make a decision if to carry on or not with the Argentina national team after Qatar. But what is for sure, Argentina won't play again in Argentina before the World Cup. They have few friendlies in Europe, and then is the World Cup in November. So 8 months to go, and we will see what's going to happen with Messi's future. But then Ecuador and Argentina, they both got what they were looking to take out from the last round of fixtures. The 3 finally booked their place in Qatar despite the defeat. Argentina said goodbye to their fans, and also in style. Ecuador never felt at ease, I had the feeling, in Ciudad del Este. Paraguay applied pressure from the beginning, and they opened the scoreline in the 10th minute. From there, we saw glimpses of the best Ecuador, but those moments were quite sporadic. The match was played under a heavy rain, and you could forgive Piero Hincapié for the blooper that ended in an own goal before halftime. In the second half, Alfaro moved the bench a little bit. Jeremy Sarmiento, the Brighton winger, was introduced. Also, Estrada, the second goal scorer of the team, played from the restart. But they knew, I had the feeling, what was going on in Brazil and in Montevideo. So they knew that even after getting at 3-0 for Paraguay, they were closer and closer to Qatar, nevertheless. So, but at the same time, I think it is unfair, Edu, to say that Ecuador qualified because of Chile's and Peru's defeat. No, they qualified because they got 25 points in 17 matches. Now with Argentina, they will have Moisés Caicedo, Gonzalo Plata, and Alan Franco back in the lineup, and that should be a good lift in their playing level. Argentina increased their invincibility record to 31 matches. We had, again, a smiling Messi, something that we haven't seen too often in Paris. As I said, Di Maria said after the match also that was his last game, but he managed to say goodbye with the goal. Since losing with Peru in June last year, Ecuador haven't lost at home in 5 games, whereas Argentina have won 5 and draw 2 of their last 7 away games. Edu, a win for Argentina at 2.24 sounds good to me.
Yep.
Of the 17 games Argentina played, 2 ended 0-0, and from the other 15 matches, Argentina scored first in 14 of them. So this time the Albiceleste to score first is at 1.8, which again, at least for me, is good. And both teams to score, as Ecuador usually scores at home. Argentina, as I'm saying, scoring first every time. Most of the time they are playing in these qualifiers. Both teams to score at 2.2 is also tempting.
Brazil and Argentina to finish unbeaten in this qualification route to Qatar. Probably also Argentina One of the favorites to win the World Cup in the last major tournament for Leo Messi. And let's go back to the tension and the pressure for sure.
Yeah.
Leo, this is the big question, no? Peru, Paraguay. Peru need to win to go to the playoff. Will they handle the pressure to get the 3 points at home? They've been one of the worst teams, actually. 3 victories, 3 defeats, a total of 11 points. For Paraguay, only 1 victory when they are playing away. They won their first game under Barros Esqueloto against Ecuador. What can we expect here? Because also, I guess the Peruvian supporters are not happy because probably they would deserve a draw against Uruguay also with that controversial last play in the game.
Yes, and because La Padula missed 2 big chances in the first 15 minutes of the match, plus what you are saying, that last ball when Sergio Rochet looked like, for me, it wasn't the goal from Peru on that last one, but I understand the unhappiness from the Peruvian fans, I'm sorry. But at the same time, it's not like an uncharted territory for Peru. They've been here already. On the way to Russia 2018, in the last 2 qualifiers, they had to face Argentina and Colombia. They managed a tie in La Bombonera, and then they secured 5th place in Lima against Colombia. And they done it with a group of players which at the time was not experienced as it is today. Even their manager, Ricardo Gareca, knows a thing or two what does it mean to qualify in the last match, because in 1985, he actually scored the goal in added time for Argentina and against Peru in the last match of the qualifier for Mexico 1986. Against Paraguay, they will definitely have to take the game from the first minute, but knowing that they cannot afford to lose patience, neither concentration. Furthermore, Gareca's team does not always seek to be on the front foot, and sometimes they know how to do damage in the counter-attack with the genius of 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, the speed of Carrillo on the wing, and the experience in the box of Gianluca Lapadula. What they won't be able to afford is to switch off in defense. I spoke last show, Edu, about Gareca bringing back Peruvian heritage of good football. However, being a team that enjoys to play from the back, who usually attracts pressure in order to break lines with passes from the center back to the midfield, sometimes they have been overconfident, I would say, and they showed some poor decision-making close to Pedro Gallese, and that has caused them few headaches. They can't have any of that against Paraguay, and on top of that, they will have to be clinical. I said last time in Montevideo, Lapadula had 2 good chances and he couldn't take them. Judging for what I saw from Paraguay against Ecuador, is not going to be an easy ride anyway for Peru. It was one of the best displays in the qualifiers I've seen from the Albirroja. They pressed from the very beginning. They looked sharp in attack, especially with Julio Enciso. Write down that name. Julio Enciso, only 18 years old. He was about to get transferred to Brighton in January, but they couldn't agree on a fee. So another bright star was Robert Morales, his attacking teammate. Morales is 22. He plays for Cerro Porteño. He's the goal scorer in the Paraguayan tournament. With Paraguay, with Ecuador, he got injured on his left knee after 5 minutes. He was crying on the stretcher, but then decided to give it a go. And when he returned, 3 minutes later, he scored. And 2 minutes after that, he had to be replaced. So it was a full-on night in 13 minutes for Robert Morales. As I said, I got the feeling Peru anyway has the know-how at this stage and has experience. So for me, Edu, Peru is favorite. I think their experience will play a big role into securing playoff spots. The half with most goals marked, for me, second half will be the option with odds of 2.1. Also, goals under 2.5, yes, is low at 1.65, but pretty much what I expect, to be honest.
So we can expect also Peru to win, no? I guess odds are around 2.0, or you wouldn't?
Yeah.
Okay, we have good odds there, or under 2.5 goals. Peru to handle well the pressure for sure. Gareca's men, they were handling very well the pressure when they were playing the Copa America in the last 2 editions. So this is the key game of this round of fixtures, Leo. But if Peru fails, also Colombia, they have an option. They are traveling to their neighboring country in Venezuela. They need the victory. And now finally they know how to score goals. It had to be who else, no? Luis Diaz, the one who unlocked the goal to score the first goal in the previous game against Bolivia. Be careful if they are relaxed also traveling to Venezuela, because they've made all their points playing at home. 3 victories, Venezuela playing in home soil.
Yes, it's going to be a tricky one, but I still believe that Colombia should prevail in this one. Yes, we spoke last show about Luis Diaz. If being at least 50% of the level he's showing in Anfield, then Colombia wouldn't find a problem to win and to score. Well, finally, they found the opposition net after 684 minutes with a beauty from Luis Diaz. They managed to score 3, but it could have been 5 or 6. Between Peru, Chile, and Colombia, the one with the more kind of like amicable fixture were the Cafeteros. They will need Paraguay to hold Peru. It's still not ideal because they do not depend on themselves, but the scenario looks better than before facing Bolivia, let's be honest. They will travel without Juan Cuadrado because of suspension. They will see a familiar face in the home dugout with Jose Pekerman, who took the Cafeteros to 2 straight World Cups in 2014 and 2018. Of the 8 games that Colombia has played in Venezuela for World Cup qualifiers, 5 of them have been draws. The Vinotinto have won twice, and Colombia has only won once in Venezuela. That Colombians win was more than 25 years ago in 1996 on the road to France 1998. But now that they have opened the tap of goals, I don't see a situation where Colombia will struggle in front of weaker Fariñas. It's true that against Bolivia at home, in Pekerman's first game in charge, Venezuela shows some improvements, but then the games against Uruguay away and Argentina away show that there is still a lot of work for Pekerman to do with this group of players. So as I said, Edu, Colombia favorite to win. A Cafeteros win pays 1.75. Colombia to win 2-0 is at 2.7. I can see Venezuela inflicting pain on Ospina. And Colombia to win at halftime has odds of 2.45.
All right, so you expect all 3 to win, Peru, Colombia, and Chile. If that happens, it's going to be Peru playing the playoff against the Asian team or Australia. To get the 5th ticket for the CONMEBOL to Qatar, Leo, it's been a pleasure analyzing with you the whole CONMEBOL qualifiers. Let's try to make an ACCA to finish our video.
All right, so Bolivia, Brazil, goals over 2.5. Chile, Uruguay, Chile to score first. La 3, Ecuador against Argentina, Argentina to win. Peru with Paraguay, goals under 2.5. Venezuela, Colombia, Colombia to win. That leaves me with a total ACCA of 19.2.
This time you are more cautious. Still a big one. Still a big one.
But still a big one, Edu.
Leo, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as always. So who do you think is going to qualify for the playoff? Peru, Colombia, or Chile? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to support us. Click on the like and subscribe, or if you prefer also, remember that we have a podcast. Thanks for watching. See you soon.